we picked up with you in the what looked to be the dining room of Gauntlight Keep, confronted by the spirits of a number of kobold ghosts. You spent a little bit of time trying to deal with them before eventually they disappeared. Something seemed to happen, and the spirits disappeared after having terrorised you for a few rounds. You then spent a bit of time, much to Orin's protestation, looking around that room, and eventually finding the bones to make up skeletons of 6 kobolds, which you ended up taking outside and burying on the exterior, on the outer area of the keep itself. From there, you made your way into the actual lighthouse itself, coming across a strange pool of blood before you headed up to the cupola at the top, where there was where traditionally the light source of the lighthouse would be. There was some kind of blue, very faint blue glow encased in glass, some kind of unnatural light source. You then headed back down, spent a little bit of time looking around the abandoned boathouse on the sort of northwestern side of the keep. You found what looked to be a fresh or relatively fresh campsite, as well as a rowboat in very good condition. And on the rowboat, you found a marking which matched that of the Osprey Club, the Thieves Guild led by Yinya's Mera. You then headed north to a sort of small island just off the main sort of keep itself. Making your way through the building, you first ended up encountering a fey-like creature of some type, who essentially asked if you could get the shiny for them from the room at the end of the hall. On the way to the hall, you passed a few paintings of note before you reached the room where we are currently, inside of which there was a tiny wooden doll in the shape of a bird, who, upon your arrival, asked if Master Azrene was coming back. And then, seemingly upon realising that you were not Master Azrene, and nor are you heralding their arrival, this bird became aggressive, or this doll became aggressive, attacking members of the party, Tunk in particular, sort of taking the worst of it, having had a particularly nasty spell cast upon them, which has left them taking 3d4 persistent damage per turn. Which I guess leaves us to where we are now. So, Ufrid is top of initiative. Ufrid is injured, but not terribly. He's got 13 out of his 18 hit points currently. And I guess you guys can kind of define amongst yourselves what Ufrid's actions should be. I believe so. Ufrid is prone as well currently. Yeah, so it's an action to get up. Courageous Anthem is a single action. Yeah. I can drag on to you guys, that's fine. When he does Courageous Anthem, it's free to do the lingering composition thing, which makes it last longer. So, yeah, that's fine. In which case, he makes a performance check, which should just come through now. There you go, Jake. Let me roll a few more off of it. In which case, that Courageous Anthem lasts for 4 rounds and not 1. That's cool. I will do that quick. Just 25 feet back in that direction. Nice. Cool. Yeah, so it gets up from prone. Casts 4 rounds of Courageous Anthem for you all and retreats out of the room. What a heroic turn. In which case, Tunk, it is your turn. You are low on hit points and taking persistent damage currently. The end of a turn. So Sicken 2 gives you a penalty equal to that value to all of your checks and DCs. So you are -2 on everything currently. You can take an action to try and retch to clear Sickened. Yeah, that's fine. There are 2 doors there, yeah. Yes, yeah, to ready something. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, yeah. So you're... That seems fine. Okay. At the end of your turn, then, you will take... yeah, you do take 8 damage, which is exactly enough to knock you unconscious as you're holding that door. However, you do roll enough to clear that persistent damage. That is gone, so you're not going to keep taking the damage. But yeah, so yeah, you guys see Tunk runs out, starts holding the door, urging you to get out, and as he's sort of calling out to you, you hear him sort of groan. He drops down to the ground unconscious. That is Mr. Beak's turn. There is a Kitsune alongside Mr. Beak who has been swinging a sword at them. Something Mr. Beak does not like. So yeah, the first thing Mr. Beak does, as he's sort of flapping around, he'll just fly up alongside you, Kays, and just sort of swing his wooden beak at you, just sort of peck at you with it. Which is a critical hit. For 10 damage, Kays. So yeah, he sort of flies up alongside you, Kays, just bang, just pokes at you, or pecks at you with that wooden beak. And then he will take a move action, moving over to here, and then he does the same to Winterberry. Which is a critical miss at the other end of the scale. case, it is your turn. Boo. You might be muted, Cormac. You're just going to move? What, ready and attack? Yeah, so yeah, ready and attack if he gets within your range, yeah? That sounds good. Winterberry. Mm-hmm. That's a critical miss. Yep. He was. You got a third action? Oh, you had to. Yeah, yeah, that's right. You had to swap weapons. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. In which case, bunk. Yes, you did. Yeah, you got the personal antithesis on him. Cool, cool, cool. Let me get them to make a save. Well, in fact, actually, I worked out where if you roll the damage first, I believe the save is built into it. Yeah. Yes. Oh, actually, let me check the wording. I'm gonna say let's make the save first. That's what we've been doing so far. So let's carry on doing it that way. He's got a success. He'll take half damage. Nice. Yeah, so 4 damage goes through on that. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Yeah, what would you guys like Ufrid to do? Yeah, Ufrid's got a 2-action spell, telekinetic projectile. That's 30-foot range, which is just out currently. He's 35 feet away currently. I'm fine with that if you want. I mean, I'm the one that moved him back last time, so I just threw him back as far as his move was. So I'm entirely happy for what I have him there, which does put him in range for telekinetic projectile. Annoyingly, I'm just going to have to do one thing. I don't think it'll kick everyone out, but it may do. If it does, I apologise. But yes, I think it is going to kick everyone out. now. Sorry, I'll just force a refresh for everyone, but I need to turn this on. Yeah, so I should remember to do this before the session started, but typically I've just realised. Yeah, so we are back. Yeah, what would like Ufrid doing then? Mr. Beak, yeah. You get to choose the damage type, which actually, in fact, Bunk's seen Mr. Beak's weaknesses, so none of them make a difference. So whichever one thematically you fancy, I suppose. Sure. Cool. That is a miss, unfortunately. So you can move him. So. Yeah, you guys should be able to roll and move stuff out. Yeah, you can make a recovery check. Nice. That is successful. So you are no longer dying. You are just unconscious now, Tonk. Yeah, I guess it's better than the alternative. Cool. On his turn, he is going to... Let me have a look through this spell list quick. There's a willing creature, isn't it? Yeah. So in that case, he will move forward like that. When he gets to there, that will trigger your readied action case. So you can take your attack. Yeah. It triggers your that action you readied, yeah. Your rolls continue, Case. Yeah, that is a miss, unfortunately. So yeah, as it sort of dashes forward, Case, you swing your sword at it, And as it's sort of flying through the air, this little wooden doll, it sort of darts to the side and then again just leans forward and sort of pecks out towards you with its sharp wooden beak. That is a hit. For 5 damage, K's. And then for its last action, it will do the same to Winterberry and just take a peck at you. Which is a miss. K's, it is your turn. It would be, yes. Yeah, they would both be 2 actions, yeah. You want to take a potion and drink it from Winterberry, do you? Yeah, that's probably the easiest way to do it. You should be able to just drag it from your sheet onto his token, I believe. Have an elixir of life. Nice. I'm going to assume you want that on yourself and not Mr. Beak. Yeah, so you spend an action grabbing one of the elixir of life off of Winterberry's belt or side. Drink that for your second action. You have 1 action left, K's. Nice, that's a hit. You can roll damage. Hit thanks to the Courageous Anthem as well. Would have been a miss otherwise. Nice, 7 damage. Yeah, you put 7 damage through. You, as he's there, sort of swinging or pecking at Winterberry, you sort of grab the elixir, take a quick glug of that, and then just swing the dueling sword and get a pretty clean slice on him. Yeah, 7 damage. That's all for you, K's. Winterberry. Okay. You couldn't have been worse. Okay. Nice. Okay. Cool. Bunk. Hello. No, it's all good. Let's get a reflex save from this little doll. Success, so it'll take half. Nice. Yes, another 4 damage goes through. And as that one goes through this time, the bird for the first time lets out this like yelp of pain as your fire damage goes through and sort of smashes against him. are defined rules? Let me just have one look quick. Let's say half movement, I reckon. So if you go to there, you got... Yeah, so you can get another 2. Do 20 back, that's fine. Or 10 back, sorry, even. Yeah. Yeah, no, I think that's fine. I think that is reasonable. Okay. We have our bard again. He only needs focus for counter performance. So Bane, Charm, and Smooth are first level spells. He's got 1 slot left currently, so he can cast one of those. Yeah, he's been using that quite heavily, yeah. Okie dokie. Nice. That one will hit. What a good bard. Nice. Does 9 damage with that one. Yeah, and again, just telekinetically moves some of that glass and slashes it across the wooden body of the doll, who again lets out this yelp and sort of slightly goes off kilter as it's sort of hovering in the air. Yes, yeah. Normally you can't, but yes, Ufrid can. I think that seems reasonable. Yeah, so yeah, he can cast on other people, and also the reaction to shield block uses Ufrid's reaction, not theirs. Ufrid is the ultimate support character. Well, obviously there could be cool Ufrid, but Orin, you are unconscious currently, which seems to be a recurring theme actually. Indeed. Cool. Mr. Beak will. Again, just wildly pecks this time at Winterberry. Which is a critical hit. For 14 damage, Winterberry. Then turns his attention to Kays, who's hit them on the last turn, and pecks wildly at Kays this time. That one is just a hit. So that is 8 damage. Ufrid can use his reaction to use the shield on that. Yeah. It does, yeah. So only 3 goes through on K's. Cool. Does mean K's can't be affected by shield for 10 minutes, but yeah, that's stopped K's from going unconscious, I think. And then for Mr. Beak's last action, he will Yeah, I think he'll just go for K's again. That one is a big miss. K's, you are conscious still. No, you're conscious. You're conscious. I think you would have been actually, no, you would have still been just up anyway. But Uthrid shielded a load of damage from you. So no, you are conscious. What are you thinking, Mr. K's? He has been forgetting. He has to have panache to do it if he hasn't had so far today. But nice, that is a success. So yeah, you gain panache, K's, and it also makes him off guard for your next attack. So he's got -2 to his AC. Don't forget to turn your finisher on, I guess. Excellent. So that is a miss, but because you've got your failure, even on a miss, you still do your precision damage. So yeah, you still do your Oh yeah, or you can hero point. That's true. That is better, yeah. So it is a miss, but yeah, because of your finisher case, you still do your precision strike damage on a miss. So that is 1 sec. So yeah, 1d6. So roll 1d6 for me, quick. Just slash R1d6. I'll see if I can work out a quick way to do that for you next time. Hey, nice. That puts 6 damage through on this wooden doll who drops unconscious. Oh, whoops! I've just given it a lot of the HP. That was incorrect. Put 6 damage through. Yes, drops unconscious to the ground. You have defeated this Mr. Beak. Yeah, Case, you finally used a finisher, and it killed something. You did. So. So let's give out some XP. So that is 80 XP for each of you, which takes you exceedingly close to leveling up now at this point. Yeah, and there's a period, a moment of quiet as yeah, that little wooden bird doll, as you take your swing case and you hit it with your sword, and it sends it flying a couple of feet to the side as you swing across it, and it just lands down on the ground, bounces off the wall, and just hits down to the floor. And other than an unconscious Orin, everything is fine. Nice. Yeah, Oren, you find yourself conscious again. Just about, yeah. You are wounded, but you are conscious. Yes, so during Bunk's recall knowledge last time, Bunk recognised that Mr. Beak appeared to be what is known as a soulbound doll. Soulbound dolls have the living soul of a creature extracted from the living creature's body and placed into a gem, which when placed inside of a soulbound doll gives life to the doll. A soulbound doll doesn't have the memories of the soul inside of it, but it does have the emotions of that creature. A soulbound gem is certainly a valuable item. Yeah. So Bunk would know this from his recall knowledge. Soul gem has no effect unless it is put into a soulbound doll. So unless if you find another soulbound doll and place this gem into it, this creature's personality again will take over that doll. Attempt to remove the gem? Yeah, it's not even particularly hard to do. If you've got 10 minutes, you can do it with no check required. You can remove the gem. Yeah, certainly. Make a will save for me. Yeah, nice. That will get rid of your sickened. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. You, you attempt to treat wounds on yourself, but that is not a success, unfortunately. Indeed. Yeah, no worries. Why? That's better. Yeah. So what were you doing during that time, Winterberry? What, what, so to refocus, you have to be doing something tied to to healing. So trying to take the gem out wouldn't refocus it. No. Yeah, that's cool. So yeah, so Tunk, you spend 10 minutes trying to heal yourself. Winterberry, I'll put the soul gem into your inventory. Kays and Bunk, what do you want to do during this 10-minute period? Is there anything you guys want to be doing post this fight? sorry, my connection went weird for a second there. What was everyone doing? Okay. So all they told you was that they had seen the shiny and that they wanted it. They didn't seem to know anything about it. They just seemed quite excited by it. Okay. Take. Kays? Bunk? Either you fancy searching through the room while these two are healing up? You can you can make a seek action for me. We'll see what you come across. Should be in the basic actions macro. Yeah, you spend a bit of time, Case, looking around that room whilst the other two are sort of healing up. Well, whilst Tunk is attempting to heal themselves up and Winterberry is taking the gem out of that doll. There's items strewn all around the room, and nothing takes your attention particularly, Case, other than the spyglass. But there are quite a lot of items dotted around the room. It's quite a mess. Were you searching as well, Bunk? Cool. No worries. Yeah, if you roll a seek action as well for me. That's cool. Nice. Well, no spoilers. Those were two rolls with very different levels of success. Whilst Kays only manages to find the spyglass of note, you managed to find darted around the room many more things that look of interest. I've gathered them into a single stack here, but darted around the room, you find a number of currency coins sort of strewn around. There's also, you find a green flask, which is common enough that as a party you can immediately recognise it as a lesser acid flask. There is also a juggernaut mutagen, an everlight crystal, and a weapon potency rune. It's probably good that somebody searched after Cormac's role. Nope, nope, nope. um, it is, yes. You happy for the coins? You happy for me to just share them amongst the group? Yeah. Including Ufrid? Fine. I think, yes, you're actually, you guys, your entire party has low light vision. The Everlight crystal, by the way, is still useful to you guys. So low light vision lets you see in dim light. But if there's no source of light at all, you guys still can't see. So you don't have like true dark vision. So it's certainly still useful for you as a party. Case has already got a weapon potency rune on his sword. You certainly can. take you 10 minutes to actually etch the rune onto your weapon. Yes, yeah, you have got your focus back. There you go. Nice bit of healing for you. Yes, yeah. For what? Sorry, you cut out for 1 second. Yeah, certainly. Yeah. There is. Yeah, so you have a look at the item. You can sense immediately this isn't a magic item, so there's no need to make any kind of check or anything like that. And from your previous seek rolls, you look around the room. You get a good read on things in general, anyway. This is a very finely crafted spyglass. It looks like it might well be made of gold. It's certainly quite weighty. And there's a few actually. You even see there's a few sort of decorative jewels, sort of mixed into the like the design of it as well. But yeah, nothing magical about it. It is just a standard spyglass, but quite a well-made one. I'll drop it into your inventory for the time being, like that. I can't remember. No, it's negligible. So yeah, it weighs nothing basically. Yeah, yeah. Have to remember everything's bigger on this map. Yeah, no, it is just a spyglass. Yeah, yeah, and yeah, it does. You sort of turn around, you look back, you can see the members of the party at the other end of the room, and you can see, right up to the sort of closer to their face. You can sort of see the pores in their skin as you look through it up close. Yeah, it's functional. It's quite well crafted. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You've had plenty of time by now. Yeah. They'll just move people through walls. Well, that's what happens when I try to make things easier by moving you, I guess. um, That's good. Cool. I'll never try to be helpful again. You have my word on that. Yeah, you return back up the corridor where this little fey creature, as it hears your footsteps, you see that book that it hid behind as you left previously. It sort of moves the book aside and looks over in your direction, and it sort of calls out to you and says, "That was all quite loud. You must have seen that horrible little doll." Did you? You got the shiny. Show it to me. Show it to me. And you see he sort of takes a step forward immediately. He looks quite excited. He says, "Oh, I must have it. I must have it." I just, it appeals. It is beautiful. It is so shiny. Yes, happily. I've been holed up in this room reading through some of these books and getting an understanding of this place. This building here, it belonged to somebody named Volok Azrine. And this person, this man, Volok, he was an apprentice to somebody named Belcora. And even though the writing of this Volok made him sound like somebody mean and dangerous, his mistress Belcora, she seemed, and you see he sort of looks around, almost sort of looking around for any sign of this person. She seems much worse, and she was building something. She wanted revenge. She was building a spooky magic in the lighthouse, and it could do more than just shine a light. It can shoot beams full of ghosts and spirits. It's a method of delivery. In the writing, it seemed somewhat unclear, but it seemed she wanted revenge of some types. She had been wronged. She had anger towards Esther. Somebody named Esther. Esther Brooke, that was her. She wanted revenge on Esther. She had wronged her somehow. A city? I thought it was just one person. That is true. That's good memory as well, which I guess an hour into the session probably earns you a hero point. that was about it. This, this. Uh, I can only learn what I can read, sir. This Volok, he was a a scientist of some type. It seemed he was invested in helping to create and harness things and machinery for Belcora. I suspect from what I've read, he was probably responsible for creating that horrible doll. Well, the some of the writings do have dates actually. Yes, so it appears that during his time of most activity was well the final entry that was dated was in the year 6662. That is just over 500 years ago. I could have it, sirs. Absolutely not. This place is horrible. Most horrible. I just want to take the shiny and leave. Certainly. And picks up two of the books. There's books all over the place. There's two in particular which he picks out and tells you are the books that he'd gained most of this information from. No, most of these appear to be. There was some inventories. Looked like some kind of tracking of items arriving and leaving, but very mundane. Of food deliveries and things like that. I'm sure none of it would be of much use now. It's delivered a long time ago. Yeah, and he points it out to you. He shows you there is a third book which appears. It looks to be like a ledger of deliveries arriving at the keep, all dated similar to that journal which he pointed out to you. But there could be a dragon in either of those rooms. So the shiny says. Back into the forest and hope to find a way back to the Feywilds. This place is horrible and dark, and the people are most horrid. with exceptions to you, sirs. Yeah, and as you do, he sort of actually nuzzles up into your hand slightly, and seems quite affectionate and seems to quite enjoy the attention. For so generously giving the shiny to this fey creature, and for the information you gained from that, you can each have 70 XP. Isn't it? Which... Mm-hmm. Just on a little piece of paper. Oh, you are so generous. You are such generous friends for Tangletop to have. And you see Tangletop looks quite excitedly at the shiny, and turns to you and says, "Good luck in this horrible, horrible place. I'm sure you'll meet your dooms very soon." And dashes out of the doorway. You can level up now. I think that seems absolutely fine. I think doing it in sessions. That is true, yes. Whatever we do now, he is stuck with. Yes, we can certainly level up now. I think that's a good idea. So, anything you should have in terms of feats, etc. You should now have. There'll be some empty slots showing on your feats page on your character sheets. Yes. I will probably use it just to keep it up to date as well. Yeah. So I will, but I'm. No, but I can do. Yeah, that's fine. That's cool. I will bring it up quick and have a look. No. That's absolutely fine. One moment. So Tunk. You took Tunk as a class sheet. You class feat. Sorry, you took Shining Oath. And as a skill feat, you've taken Intimidating Glare. So, 3 archetypes don't start till level 2, but I gave you all of yours at level 1. So all you need to do, Cormac, so on your character sheet, the actual process of going to level 2 is already done for you. So that is done. So all you need to do is anything that would change when you level up, essentially. So for you, if you go to the feats on your character sheet, you should have 2 empty slots now, 1 class feat and 1 skill feat. If you, on either of those, if you click the little magnifying glass, it'll bring up a list which is already filtered to only the ones you can take. You should be able to click it, I believe, and it will open up a little pop-up with it in. Again, yes, yeah. So when you level up, your hit points increase by whatever your class's HP modifier is. You'll gain, each of you should be gaining 1 class feat and 1 skill feat. If you are a spellcaster, you will gain some spells. I think that will, off the top of my head, possibly only be Ufrid for your party. But I think he's. You're shown as level 2 for me. Yes, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you can't take another dedication until you've taken at least 1 more in the same dedication, or maybe 2. I can't remember off the top of my head. Anything you are trained, anything you have a proficiency in which is higher than untrained, also now goes up by +1. So you'll pretty much anything your character does, you've now got a permanent +1 bonus on. That includes AC, so everyone's AC should have gone up by 1, and equally everyone's to hit rolls on attacks should have gone up by +1 with that as well, unless you are for some reason using weapons and armor you're not trained in. There may be. Let me have a look quick. Yes. When you bring up when you click the thing, it brings up the pre-sorted browser. There's a thing that says traits. If you remove the archetype one, it gets rid of the archetype options, and that will just show just your class feats. I see. Yeah. Ah, I see. Right, yeah. That might be a little bit of cross stuff in there. And also, the important thing to bear in mind. So I know I said it a few times when we started. Up until we hit level 3, you guys can respec as much as you want. So, because again, like we're still relatively like fresh into this. I don't want anyone to pick stuff and then go, "Oh, I really wish I hadn't taken that." That sounds likely, yeah. Yeah. You getting on alright there, Cormac? Yeah. Happy with what you're doing. Um, One good general piece of advice with like the class feats and skill feats. Obviously, you now have access to level 2 feats, but some taking a level 1 feat, even at like level 2, level 3, etc., is not always a bad thing. Like you don't always have to feel you have to take one of the highest ones. They're all entirely usable. Misfortune is fortune and misfortune. Anytime something happens, that kind of like hero point to a fortune effect. Misfortune is when you have to. Is essentially misfortune is 5e disadvantage. Roll 2d20s, take the lowest. I don't think it happens very often. In the games that I've played in and DM'd, it's never been happened for any effects that I've seen. There might be spells that maybe do it. I'm not sure. Yeah, and there might be. Yeah, I imagine that is probably there may be other feats that allow you to do things that give you misfortune, and then it plays off of them maybe. But yeah, I don't think it's something that comes up very often. Sorry. Your skill feats. Well, you can only see medicine ones. You trained in that? No, you're untrained. So one of the things to remember with the skill feats, like skill feats, there are a lot more choice than there are with the class feats. The class feats are specific to just your class, whereas skill feats are like anything pretty much. So there is a much longer list of those. So it might just be that the first few you've looked at are like healing related. But I mean, I'm having a look at your list at the minute. You've definitely got some non-healing ones in there. Yeah, you can drag it onto the empty slot on your character sheet. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Especially when it's something you're doing pretty much. I mean, you're trying to do it at least once per combat, right? Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Aha! That is a very good, flavourful choice, Mr. Cormac. I approve. It is sign language. I didn't even realise that was a skill feat, Cormac. But yeah. Yeah, you have to. No, that'll be it for you. You don't have any spells or anything, do you? Ufrid will have some spells. Do you? Oh, yeah. You do have 2 spells, but you're not a spell caster, so you're not gaining some when you level up. You just have some from your heritage, your ancestry. Oh yeah, you've got burning hands. You probably use that sometimes. I don't think so. What did you take for your class feat? Oh, so you got 2 different finishers now to choose from. Oh, is that the one that it makes them off guard for everybody? Yeah. No, no, make a melee strike. If you hit and deal damage, that target is off guard until the end of your next turn. So it gives them -2 AC for the entire round. So yeah, Ufrid will have stuff. Winterberry, you will gain some. I believe you gain some formulas as well when you level up. Cool. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. Um, oh yeah, quick bombers. Yeah, quick bombers very good. That's the one where you can strike, you can draw and strike in one action, right? Rather than having to spend two actions. Yeah. I'm just trying to remember how many alchemical formulas you get per level. I think it's two. Let me have a look. Uh, on your character sheet, where you've got known formulas, if you click the magnifying glass, this is open inventory browser, and then you want to there's so in there under the traits bit you want to add alchemical and consumable. Yeah. Alchemical. No, no, this isn't a tick box. This is a text box. It says traits. That's cool. Yeah, alchemical and consumable. And then there's also, if you scroll down a little further, there's a levels thing, so you can filter by levels, and it'll be anything up to level 2. And then, oh, and also they have to be common. So rarities, you have to go rarities and tick common on that, and that will then give you the list. So there's about, I don't know, there's about 15, 20 new ones for you to pick from. You can have 2 more, yeah, from that list essentially. What are you looking for? What is it you're after? I'm willing to consider, depending on what it is. Oh, is this because you want your sneezing powder? Sneezing powder's uncommon. You might have a filter on by mistake, possibly. No, 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 no. All your formulas have to be consumables, Consumable doesn't mean you have to eat it. It just means that it's used up. It means it's got like a single use. I can see it. So the only filters I've got on, I've got traits, alchemical and consumable, levels 0 to 2, and then rarities, common and uncommon. And I can see sneezing powder on there. Oh yeah, just turn all the inventory types off so it shows all of it, yeah. You sure you haven't got a text filter on or something? Do you want me to screen share quick so you can see mine? You got it. I think it's probably never a terrible choice, but I don't feel like it's something your party needs at the moment. What's that? You already have dubious knowledge. Yeah, as part of being a thaumaturge already, it's built into your esoteric lore. Who knows if it's ever been a thing or not? It does. It's definitely come up at least once. I know. I can remember that. Yeah. Yeah, it's only on a fail. Yeah. Yep. I've definitely fed you two things on some stuff. I may not get it every time, admittedly, but I definitely have done. But I will make sure I will make sure I keep it in mind. But yeah, it is built into thaumaturges by default. They are sources of dubious knowledge. I am absolutely fine with that. I'm absolutely fine with sneezing powder. go on. Nice. But I'm just reading bold sunlight at the moment. Yeah, seems pretty neat. Ooh. I just sent it as K's, but yeah, it's in the chat, yeah. Oh yeah, that is true, you do. So, I think, the same way, if you, the alchemical and consumable bits, you can turn those off, instead add the tattoo trait. You get, yeah, 4 common magical tattoos of 2nd level or lower. So all the other filters should be correct. So there should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 choices. Eye Slash, Memoir, Map, Mortal Chronicle, Navigator's Star, Bewitching Bloom, Frostwalker Pattern, and Triangular Teeth. Yeah, you get formulas for 4 magical tattoos, 2nd level or lower, yeah. You are, yeah, I can see 7. Excellent, excellent. You get just over half of those. You're a little tattoo artist. They are permanent. So a magic tattoo is a permanent tattoo on your body. He can tattoo other members of the party as well, but a magical tattoo is a invested item. So it counts as one of your magical investments, but you can have 10 invested items. I don't know if you can remove one, but I know it says if you don't have enough investments, you can choose to have one of your tattoos no longer invested. It just fades from your skin. Perfect. Everyone else is sorted and happy. Nice. Yes. Yes, yes, it is. Yes. So, oh, nice. That seems pretty good. Yeah. No, I think that's cool. I think in general a lot of the feats are like not flashy is probably a thing, but they're like they accumulate to your build that you've put together to do something. Yeah. So it might not be flashy on its own, but in terms of all the other things you've picked for your character, it becomes flashier, I guess. Ufrid, I'm just going to leave as is, and if you happen to get in a fight, then tough shit, but yeah. I think that'll be fine. Yeah, you, as a party, you feel more experienced, certainly tankier. The jump in HP is pretty significant. Yeah. Yeah, and also you are pretty much everything you guys do has got a +1 on it now, so all of your rolls are gonna start getting better, Cormac. basically. It's the beginning of a growing tattoo career. uh, well, I'm assuming those are Jake's second level choices on Path Builder, but I will leave that for him anyway. So yeah, you guys want to have a look in some of these other rooms, did you? uh, that was me, but yeah. Oh, I only post the ones once they're actually on your sheet, yeah. Hang on. Yeah, it's fine, yeah. Cool, Rufrid would take it. Mm. Yeah. You can't actually see what his natural skin colour is. Cool. Okay. Seeing as you apparently have seen in them, so I open the one that's not a staircase first. Yeah, so you open this this particular room. In this room, it's a small sort of side room. Looks like it may have been a storeroom, like a repair, maybe like repair storage. You can see there's a few shelves with like tools and some small bits of lumber on them. Nothing of note in the room. Yeah, through this other door, there is a a moss and fungus covered, tightly spiraling staircase leading downwards. Have a look at the sort of state of the growth and the moss and sort of fungus over the steps. It seems pretty obvious that nothing has gone up or down these steps in quite some time. There's no the sort of there's like a coating of moss and fungus across the stone steps, and there's no sort of scraping or flattening. It looks pretty undisturbed for long enough for all of this to have grown there. You did, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Why don't you let Ufrid go in the boat on his own and see what happens? Yep. Okay. Yeah, roll a seek action for me, quick. I did not. It was all you. Yeah, you have a look around the room. You don't find anything else looks to be of any sort of value or use particularly, no. Yeah, getting close to 4:30. Just head back through the actual keep, yeah? That's fine, that's cool. I won't make you traverse across the map, that's not a problem. You're planning to head back to town, are you? Okie dokie. One moment. Yeah, you make your way back sort of over that bridge and through the that large hole in the wall where the large dead frog carcass was. As you come back into the main hallway of the Gauntlet, there is a group of 5 Mitflits, one of which you recognise as a still looking quite injured from your encounter earlier, Boss Scrong. As you come through the door, the 4 Mitflits and Boss Scrong himself all immediately drop down to their knees, and Boss Scrong actually does like a slight ceremonial bow. Doesn't go all the way, but just bends down slightly, sort of showing some kind of sort of show of respect to you, I suppose, and of respecting and understanding your superiority. Boss Scrong speaks out pretty quickly and says, Boss Scrong has been speaking to the what is left of the mud lickers, Mitflits, and I've come to a decision as leader of this tribe. You are worthy winners. We surrender. All we wanted was a safe place to call home. We were forced, for so long, we lived down below in the underground, and we were forced out by the horrible mushroom-eye creatures. We kept it a very tight secret, and You may not have been aware we were planning to invade the nearby town. Yes. And you can... There's a slight shame across his face, and he says, my glorious plan would have come to fruition as well, if I had not decided graciously to not go ahead. So, we are left without a home now. So our one request of you is mercy, that we may live here in peace, in this mighty and extravagant home. Yeah. They don't know peace. They're horrible creatures. Scary and horrible. Only their king talks. And he's... well, he's mean. If you would perhaps kill them all and defeat their king, I could reward you with a big pile of shiny gems. He's a magic priest with mushroom eyes, and he can hurt your brain just by looking at you. And in return, I will not invade your town. And the big pile of shiny gems. They're safely stored down below. Yes? I am so happy you have seen fit to welcome me as a guest, a royal guest. We never even wanted to do that. They wanted that. They made us do it. The bugs. It was mostly their idea to begin with. You can do sense motive. Oh, you might need a token, I guess, yeah. Fine. Sense motive is a perception check, yeah. This this seems to be a creature with delusions of grandeur, but also quite an inferiority complex at the same time. Um, you're pretty sure about half of what he's telling you is true, and the other half is some form probably more intended to convince himself rather than you even. Perhaps if you are planning to go down below and take care of that horrible, horrible mushroom-eyed king, I could give you my map of the lower level. Just follow me this way, I'll get it for you. I believe it was Ufrid. Yeah, he'll lead you back to his throne room. As he does so, you walk past that skeleton statue with the large morning star that you encountered previously. It's just sort of stood loose in the skeleton's hands. Don't believe. I think you had a cursory look during the combat with it, but you didn't look closely. No. Yeah. Tunk. Yeah. As you have a look at the morning star a little closer, you can see there is a this is a very finely crafted morning star. And yeah, nobody checked this last time. It has a +1 potency rune etched into it. This is a +1 morning star. I think I did actually. It is just a statue. Yes, the skeleton itself is a statue. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Fancy the look of that morning star? It's you did. Oh. I have done. I've added it to your inventory. That's cool. Yeah, and as you sort of come in, yeah, he's looking desperately for the map. He's like, it must have been stolen by those horrible, sneaky fellas that were here a few days ago. We hid from them. They looked most threatening. Very big and very sneaky looking. We spotted them up by the pier, by the boathouse, and they came. They didn't see us, and we saw them go into the. Well, they went into the cave below the pier. I must warn you, there is a dragon in that cave. He was out hunting. The dragon leaves hunting every day, and he was gone, but he returned not long after those horrible, sneaky people came in. They will have been eaten by now. Yes? We we keep very good look at it. We want no part of that horrible beast. It leaves just shortly after sunrise every morning and returns around the middle of the day, around midday. Yes, he flies beneath the waves, beneath the surface of the water, and then he comes up and flies off into the forest. Always away from the town. He's not brave enough to invade. Okay. And as friends, I must warn you of the Ghost Queen. She is powerful. She I think she may be back. I've seen there are ghosts, kobold ghosts in one of the rooms. They are horrible little things, but they are not malicious. They are not dangerous. They are just lost spirits. But there is a far creepier haunting. Every night, the lighthouse glows. And every night, it glows stronger and light more brighter than it did the previous. I worry there may be a big giant ghost at the top of the lighthouse. We never go in the lighthouse, especially after dark. Yes, I will find my map, award it to you as a royal decree. Yeah, the Mitflits quickly begin rebuilding the ruins of that awkwardly balanced throne which Ufrid pulled the rock out of previously. Is there anything else you wanted to do? Okay, that. heading back to town. Okay. Yeah, takes you 20 minutes or so, but it is just before 5 o'clock, very, very late afternoon as you arrive back in Atari, having spent a second day exploring Gauntlight Keep and getting some understanding of what is occurring there and some of the various creatures that have made it their home. What are you looking to do back in town initially? Are we resting up, or have you got somewhere you want to go? Or... That can happen. Mm-hmm. Nice. Probably either. You can certainly get it at the market. Yeah, the either have got them. Yeah. 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 As you arrive there, Carmen Rajani, the human proprietor of the blacksmiths, who those of you that were present in the town square last night for the mayoral speeches gave his quite impassioned speech about why he believes he would make a good mayor for the town. As you arrive, for the second day running, you have arrived right at the end of the business day. You can see straight away there's a slight sort of roll of the eyes as the door opens and you come in. He goes, I'm closing any minute now. What is it you want? You've not even been looking after this thing. This is nearly ruined. You need to be looking after it properly. You should be ashamed of yourself. Yeah, well, I can sell you a basic repair kit. It'll be 2 gold pieces. But you can just drag it straight to your sheet, I believe. Yeah. Repair kit for you. Anything else? And he almost doesn't push you out, but he sort of comes out from behind the counter and sort of almost ushers you out the door, and he goes, go on then. Yeah, as he goes to close the door, you can hear there's the voice of his daughter you've encountered previously calls out. She goes, Dad, you closed this place already. I've been asked telling you I'm hungry for hours. And he sort of slams the door behind you and closes the door. Back to the back to the tavern at the end. Cool. Yeah, you head back to the tavern, to the Crook's Nook. As soon as you enter, Yenya's Mara looks up from the bar quite quickly, and she urges you all over. She immediately pours some drinks for you. She says, "How'd it go? Did you find any sign of them?" Excellent. Well, that's good. That's good. You know where they are then. They must have just got... Maybe they're just lost in there, down there. A dragon. A creature told you there was a dragon. Okay. And what was this creature? A centaur? Okay. Okay, sure. You must be hungry. She points over to one of the tables in the tavern. She goes, go grab yourselves, get yourself set down. I'll get some food brought out for you. Rest up. You're home for the night now. You're safe. You have got, I mean, bearing in mind the amount of lay on hands you guys got, you've got plenty to... Everyone can heal themselves up to full, essentially. I won't make you go through rolling loads of things. So yeah, anyone that isn't at full HP can adjust their HP to be at full HP. Yeah, it's not a great deal. That's what I was gonna give Winterberry a chance quick now, because I presumably whilst you're sat here, Winterberry, you can have a go identifying this. Yeah. So if you if you want to make that alchemy roll that I've just put into chat for you, I'll give you an opportunity to identify it. Cool. Yeah, you start having a look through, but yeah, you are not able to identify it. You can hero point that if you wish. No, you spend a bit of time having a look at it, sort of having a bit of sense of how sort of the viscosity, the colour, how it moves. But yeah, you're not quite sure what it is still. You are untrained in crafting. Let me, so you repairing it for him, or you're aiding him in repairing it? He's repaired for you. um, yeah. In that case, Winterberry, you can make a repair check for me then. Oh, you may need a repair kit, so Orin may have to gift you his. I think all items do, to be fair. I think anything that's equipment appears as a cowboy hat. Yeah, you can make a repair action off the basic actions macro, Winterberry. Oh dear, I didn't know that. Lots of things can do, but shields are the big one. That is a failure. Yeah, Winterberry, you have an attempt at repairing the shield, but yeah, actually it's quite badly damaged. It appears. Not for the time being. You can. You're actually. I mean, you guys are back at home. You can just have another go at it. It's fine. I think if you're like, if you were, yeah. I mean, if you crit fail, there's bad stuff that happens, and equally, if you were like in the dungeon currently, but you're not, and that seems a lot better. Yeah, that is a fully repaired shield. As your party is sort of sat round the table, sort of talking about what's happened throughout the day, looking over some of the loot you've brought out. You guys have picked up a decent amount of loot actually at this point. Particularly today, you brought back quite a fair amount from the vaults. I can move it back in a minute if you get stuck. It's all good. Yeah, sort of discussing what's happened. Winterberry spends a little bit of time looking through that vial, trying to identify it. Then helps Orin with their damaged shield and is able to bring that back to full usability again. Yeah, and you sort of sit there, you sort of eat away and pick at some of the food which has been brought out for you. And yeah, there's you sort of relax in the tavern for the evening. There's a sort of a rather decent atmosphere in the tavern. It's relatively busy as the sort of as everyone starts to the evening sort of creeps on a little bit. People start sort of finishing up their work for the day and heading into the tavern. And yeah, as you're sat around the table talking amongst yourselves, speaking to each other, there's a bit of a commotion actually, as the door to the tavern opens quite quickly, and a man comes dashing into the tavern quite quickly, and he calls over. He goes, quick, I've never seen anything like it. Nunez Mera and a couple of the other people in the tavern all sort of look around a little bit confused and quickly dash outside. And as you see them head into the door, you can see there's a few people stood outside the tavern, stood on the bridge, all pointing at something, pointing up into the air at something. I assume you guys will go and have a look. You dash out. You sort of follow outside to what is going on. As you do, you come out onto the bridge and you turn around to have a look. And you look out into the distance. And there is you can see a strong, glowing purple blue light. Looks to be coming from the lighthouse of the Gauntlet, and is shining. And it's actually the beam is coming from the Gauntlet. It's sort of heading all the way across the sort of forest and the swamp into town, and just on the sort of hillside, the cliffside above town, where the graveyard of the town is, you can see the beam is just stopped perfectly on the graveyard. And you have a look around. You can see there's lots of confusion around the town, and then there's a loud whistle blows, and Nunez Mera turns around to you and she goes, "That's not good. That's the guard's whistle." And we'll leave it till next week. Who knows? Well guessed though, Phil. I guess I telegraphed it quite strongly. Yeah, we'll resolve that next week. Yes. That was the only sensible answer. But it's fine. You're all stronger. You're all level 2. Whatever comes next will be easy. Yeah, we'll pick that up next week with Boring Euphrid. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
That was good.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sam.
Good, no worries.
Yeah.
End a little bit early, but yeah, starting that now seems a bad idea. So
I think I think that's good.
Good night all.
Awesome.